So, when you think about AI, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For most of us, it's a chat window, right? Something like ChatGPT or Gemini. And look, those tools are amazing, but they are just the tip of the iceberg. Today, we're going way beyond the browser to explore how you can run incredibly powerful AI right on your own computer.
Just think about it for a second. If your entire relationship with AI is through someone else's website, you're basically a guest in their house. You have to play by their rules. But what if you could be the master of your own AI domain? This analogy from our source material absolutely nails it. If you're a pro in any field, you can't just rely on a couple of online tools. You gotta get under the hood, right? Well, the exact same thing is happening with AI. Okay, so here's the game plan for this explainer. We're going to kick things off with the why, the real advantages of going local. Then we'll get real about the challenges. We'll break down the different kinds of AI, and then, the best part, I'll walk you through how to get this running yourself. And finally, we'll talk about what it really means when you're the one in control. So let's dive right in with the why. What are the actual game-changing benefits of taking AI off the cloud and putting it on your own machine? What's so cool about this list is that these 5 points basically solve every single major headache we have with online AI. First, privacy. Your sensitive data, your company's secrets, they never leave your computer, period. Then there's the cost. You escape that endless monthly subscription trap. And speed? Responses are instant. There's zero internet log. But maybe the biggest thing is control. You're not at the mercy of some giant company that can suddenly change the rules, nerf their models, or just decide to shut you out one day. Okay, but let's be real. It's not all a walk in the park. There are some challenges. But I want you to stop thinking of them as roadblocks and start seeing them as opportunities, a chance to really level up your skills. First up, the big one, hardware costs. And yeah, you might need a machine with decent RAM or a good graphics card. But think about it this way. It's a one-time investment in your own toolkit, an investment that frees you from paying those subscription fees month after month, forever. So what about the setup? You're right, it's not as simple as just logging into a website. But learning how to actually install and manage these AI models, that is a serious professional skill. It's what separates the pros from the casual users. And finally, there's this idea that the free local models are somehow lower quality than the big name ones. But here's the secret. It's not about the car, it's about the driver. A skilled user who really knows their stuff can get way better results from a local model than a total beginner can from the most expensive tool out there. Now, if you really want to master local AI, you have to understand this one crucial thing. Not all AIs are built the same. The model that writes your emails works in a completely different universe from the one that creates an image from scratch. For anything involving text, we're talking about large language models, or LLMs. These are built on this revolutionary design called a transformer, which is just insanely good at figuring out the context and all the subtle relationships between words. That's what makes them masters of language, and it's why they power all the chatbots and writing tools we use. But for images, we use something totally different, called a diffusion model. And how these things work is just fascinating. They don't learn by looking at pretty pictures. They learn by systematically destroying them with static, and then learning how to put them back together. Okay, so picture this. This first part is called forward diffusion. The model takes a perfect image, let's say a white dog, and it adds a tiny bit of random visual static, just noise. Then it adds a little more, and a little more, over thousands of steps. All the while, it's remembering that this noisy mess is still connected to the words, a white dog. And eventually, the image is just pure static. And here is where the magic happens. To create a new image, the model just does that whole thing backwards. It starts with a screen full of random noise. You give it a prompt, like a white dog with black eyes, and it uses everything it learned to sculpt that noise, step by step, back into a brand new picture. It's not drawing. It's literally hallucinating an image into existence out of pure static. It's incredible. All right, so that's the theory, but how do you actually do this? Let's get practical. I'm going to walk you through it, and trust me, it is way easier than it sounds. First, let's do a quick hardware check. And the good news is, you don't need some massive supercomputer. For text models, honestly, any modern laptop with about 8 to 12 gigs of RAM will get you started. For images, yeah, you'll want a bit more power, but it's still totally within reach for most people. So we're going to use this amazing, super simple tool called Llama. Getting set up is literally 3 steps. You go to their website and download it.
You run the installer, and then you just open up your command line, that little black box on your computer, and type one simple command. That's it.
And poof, just like that. Once that command is done, you have a powerful AI running completely on your own machine. You can literally turn off your Wi-Fi and it will still work perfectly, answering your questions, writing for you, all while your data stays right there with you. Now, this isn't just some neat tech trick. This represents a huge fundamental shift in how we think about and interact with artificial intelligence.
And that really brings us to the most important point of all. You are no longer just a user of someone else's AI service. You are now the owner, the operator of your very own AI engine. The power has moved from some distant server farm right onto your desktop. This opens up a whole new world of privacy, of power, of creative freedom that just wasn't possible before. You control the models, you control the data, you control the output. So the only real question left is, now that you're in control, what are you going to build?